Hey y'all, this is Lyne't. I'm filming this video. It's going specifically on my YouTube. I just got a call from someone and she's asking me what does she do. She's literally one of the houses that was demolished by the Ghanaian government. One of those houses was hers, a newly built house. It was just built in 2021. She spent a lot of her savings that she had been saving up to build this home. She had been sold land in a water runoff area. And because the Accra area floods so badly, so incredibly badly, um, the government is like, no, we're not having this. We're going to start going in and tearing down these houses. And they told the people in the beginning of June, the end of May, beginning of June, that they were going to go in and tear down these houses that were blocking the water runoff. Well, she's not in Ghana, so she didn't hear the news. A lot of the people in Ghana are complaining, and they were on the news saying, they didn't give us enough time to move. But they started tearing them down like last week. They told the people at the end of May, beginning of June, that they were going to do it after the massive flood that like electrocuted a woman, because the water can't run off. And then you have a lot of sanitation issues with sewage and trash that clogged up the sewers that they did have, so the water couldn't go anywhere. Well, this woman spent her a huge portion of her retirement of her 401k. She spent a very huge portion building this beautiful house, and she's in tears because the house has been demolished. Like, Ghana's government, they went in and they were just tearing stuff down. Um, and it was on the news. So unfortunately, her house is one of the houses that's been demolished. I say this to any diasporan who wants to purchase a home or land in Ghana. First things first, it's not like the US or Canada or any of that. If you want to purchase land to build your home on, or you want to purchase a home, you have to get permission from the chief, which they call the stool. They call him the chief or the stool. He controls the land. There are different chiefs for different tribes for different areas. Those chiefs control the land. You have to get permission from the chief in order to buy the property. Now, you normally have to bring the chiefs a gift. They always say like schnapps or something. And a lot of the chiefs want you to come in and develop, not just, they want you to build complete your building within 4 years. But they don't just want you to build a house there. They want you to like bring a program for the school kids, or help build a garden, a huge community garden, something of that nature. It's often said that the diaspora Black Americans, especially if you're coming from America, they truly expect you to do, more for the community, unless you're in an area where there's a lot of Black Americans living there. Then you got to get permission to buy the land. The first thing, you get permission from the chief. Now, you don't stop there. When you get the permission from the chief and the chief says it's a go, we'll go ahead. They don't necessarily sell you the land. You don't own it. It's more of a lease. They'll lease it to you for like 99 years. And then at the end of the 99 years, you have an option to buy the land out and outright. It's a lease. It's basically a lease. And you have to bring your family members over here because, like, you might not be alive in 99 years. And so they have to know who your family members are, and they'll sell them the land out and outright for the agreed upon price. Now, once you do that, they don't have title companies here in Ghana. They don't have that. That'd be a good business for someone to start. But they don't have title companies here. So it's up to you to travel to the municipal authority and research the land that you own. You have to research or the land that you agreed to purchase before you give money. You have to research and make sure that land has not been sold. It's not family land, because a lot of chiefs are selling family land, and the people who bought the land are out of their money. They can't get their money back. But it doesn't matter where you are. You can't sell family land. Family land is just that. It stays in the family, can never be sold. And so they're selling land that has already been sold to someone. Some oftentimes they're selling land, they're leasing land to diasporans or foreigners. Well, they sell the land to the Europeans and Asians and the North and South Americans. If you got black skin, they're gonna lease it to you. They're not gonna out and outright sell it to you. But um, everybody else, some kind of way, they buy the land out and outright. It's the same thing that happened with slavery. They were selling them land that they should have not had control over. But you have to go to the municipal authorities. So let's say if you're in Accra, you go to the Accra Municipal Authorities. You're in Ahanta West, you go to Ahanta West Municipal Authorities, or the Angona Municipal Authority, whatever, wherever area, Takrady Municipal Authority, wherever you are, you go to their municipal authority. It's like going to a county courthouse in different areas. And you know, at the county courthouse, you go verify the titles on the land or the house. It's the same here. You go to municipal authority to verify if there are any sales or titles or any of that on the property. You make sure that you're buying or you're quote unquote leasing free and clear property. Once you ensure that, don't wait and say, oh yeah, that nobody's buying it, so I'm gonna wait and then come back. When you come to inspect the land, you come in, and when you come in, you come ready to buy. You come ready to hand them over the money as soon as you find out it's free and clear land. Because if you wait a day, you wait 2 days, just like you're checking on the land somebody else might be. And you don't want somebody to buy that land and then it's in the process of being titled. Excuse me, y'all. I got the hiccups. But you don't want someone to buy that land and it's in the process of being titled. And, you know, some people will double sell the land. So I'm not saying all will do that, but some will. I heard about someone, their family's land got sold because the family didn't develop it the way they were supposed to. So the person had to go buy their family land, but it was sold already. The lady told me that she had to go back and buy her dad's family land, not family land, go back and buy her dad's land that he had already bought from the chief. And these are Ghanaians. He had already bought it from the chiefs years ago, but he never could get the money together to build the house. Well, when her dad passed and her husband inherited everything, her dad's son, she calls him her dad, it's her in-law. So okay, let's get this clear. It's her dad, but it's her in-law. Well, he passed. Her husband, which is his birth son, inherited everything. He went to go build on the land and found out someone else owned it. Come to find out, like 10, 15 years ago, they resold their dad's land and never notified anybody because he never developed it. Okay, so that was the first time they resold it. And then whoever bought it then didn't develop it. So they sold it again 3 years ago. And they came in and that person was already building on the land. They had already started. The building is almost complete. They started building in 2020 and then everything got shut down. And so in 2021, when we were talking, she said they were resuming building. But that's crazy. And these are Ghanaians who resold Ghanaian land twice. And she had to go to the municipal authority. It took a whole lot. It took a lot to get her husband's land back. And crazy part is the chief actually made her buy the land back from the person that they sold the land to, who was building on. So they had to buy the land and then compensate the person for their building products that they were out of. That's why you want to do your due diligence. You want to build as soon as possible. You want to make sure you go to their municipal authorities and check everything. Go as far back as you can to make sure this land is not family land, to make sure it's not flood, Ghana's flood zone land, to make sure that it has not been sold and it's not being sold again to you. You want everything to be clear and clean on your land. That's all I have to say. I just feel bad for the lady who they just like tore down her house, and she had a beautiful house. She was always posting it on her Instagram or whatever, but this is how you prevent that from happening. So, um, I'm not a Ghana expert, but I do know a lot of people, and unfortunately, a lot of people when they saw that I went to Ghana in 2019. A lot of people reach out to me and say, "Hey, you got to watch this. You got to watch that. They did me like this. They did me like that. This happened. That happened." And then from knowing Ghanaians, having now siblings, I tell people I made brothers and sisters over here who are not related to my fiance. They have warned me and told me a lot of things. So, um, just literally hearing the stories from people, y'all be careful. If they say it's free land, there's a catch. So, you need to know what that catch is, because you need to do everything timely and make sure it's done. Also, Eshun G Coopaa Construction. I'll put the name in the description box. That is honestly an honest construction company. They're not going to come back and give you 20 different prices on stuff. The one thing that he does demand is that you purchase your own land. He's not getting in the middle of nobody's land dispute. He's only the construction company. He will design your house for you. It's going to cost you a whole lot of money, but he will design your house for you, like blueprint it, or you can come with your own blueprints. Just make sure it fits on your land. If he has to scale it, if he has to do anything to your blueprints because it doesn't fit on your land, or if he has to alter your blueprints, and that's a full blueprint charge, because you got to do your due diligence. But he also requires that you have the money to buy all of your supplies up front. Here's the reason why. Ghana's building supplies are going through the roof. And one price that he quotes you today, he can go back on Friday and everything is 20 CD more, or 30 CD more. Or even now, they are like boosting it up to where it's making like, they have bricks, the cement bricks. The cement bricks now cost like 5 to 10 US dollars a brick. That's what they built the houses with. So, I mean, US dollars. We're not talking about, it used to be in 2019, it was probably 10 CD, and that was $2 US. Now in 2022, depending on where you get your bricks, and it's only, you can get them real cheap in certain areas where they're doing a lot of building. If it's not the areas where they're doing a lot of building, you're paying $10 per brick. Now, I think it's like 300 something bricks just to build one wall or something like that. I don't know. But that tells you how much you're coming off of to build your home. So y'all be ready to pay everything up front when you get your project estimate. Be ready to pay everything up front. Don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna just buy this and then buy this." No, go on ahead and say, "Hey, get all my stuff, put it in a container, and put it on the site with a lock on it," and then they can go ahead and go from there and start building, and you don't have to worry about anything. Unless you're shipping stuff from the US, fixtures and stuff that you want in there. But yeah, y'all be careful with building these houses in Ghana. I was sitting there with my mouth open looking at the houses that they're tearing down because they're blocking flood water from freely flowing and getting out of the cities and stuff. I was horrified. And when the woman called me and she was upset and she's still crying, and she was like, what can she do? And I told her, I don't think you can sue the Ghanaian government. I honestly don't. Y'all, I don't think you can sue the Ghanaian government. You have to be careful because I don't think you can if you're diaspora. Um, you can try, but I don't think you're going to get anywhere. That's one of the things of not being a citizen and living in these countries. You know, the perks of being a U.S. citizen. You don't have that in Ghana. You're not a Ghanaian citizen. You're just a resident. That's it. You don't have any rights. So that's why everyone needs to do their due diligence on buying these homes and building these homes. And like I said, I'm going to put Eshun G Coopaa's information, their WhatsApp telephone number. Now, please, y'all, don't waste this man's time if you don't have the money right now to build, don't waste his time. Don't, because he's working and he's doing building and he's doing what he's supposed to do. And he don't have time to mess around with somebody who's doing estimates and what ifs and this, that, and the other. Just like you don't want people bothering you when you're at work, you shouldn't do that to him. So be ready, have your money ready, have your ends ready. I will see if I can talk to him about putting up estimates of, anywhere up to three bedroom, 2 bath, 3 bedroom, 3.5 or 3.25, 3 3/4 bath houses. We're gonna sit down. I'm gonna see if I can get him to film that and talk to us about it and talk about the prices of building and everything. That'll be probably coming in September or August because everything fluctuates right now. So, but y'all take care. Y'all be very, very careful about buying houses in Ghana. If there is free land, you need to talk to the stool, the actual chief over that land, who rules over that land. You need to have a sit down one-on-one with that chief and find out what are the specifics of obtaining free land. You then need to make sure that that land, you should be on it, because they have a horror story of some women who were feuding with some 2 American women who were feuding with Ghanaians over land that they had bought and they said it was theirs. Well, they found those 2 women stabbed to death in their homes, and no one knows who did it, but everyone knows that they were feuding with Ghanaian people over land that they had bought. They found them stabbed to death in their home on their land. So y'all be careful. I want to wish everyone joy, love, peace, happiness, health, wealth, well-being, total enlightenment, prosperity, success, affluence, abundance. Whole lot of money to you if you want. And just remember, the way things are done in the U.S., they're not done everywhere else. So when in Rome, do as Romans do. Alrighty.